More than 500,000 students in South Florida rely on either free or reduced meals at their schools. It's one less worry for families struggling to make ends meet. Now with summer here, many children will be dealing with hunger, but there are ways that you can help, and here to share more is Executive Vice President of Feeding South Florida, Sari Vatske. Thank you so much, Sari, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So I was looking through the numbers that you sent us. 1 in 5 children going to bed hungry. That was pretty surprising to me.
It is, and especially when people think of South Florida, they tend to think of beaches and vacations and the wealthy communities. And what people don't realize is that the 1 in 5 children right here in South Florida is actually more than the national average. So nationally, 1 in 6 kids go to bed hungry. So it's a little higher here in South Florida.
Why do you think it's worse here?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons. A lot of it has to do with higher population. You know, we're the 8th largest metropolitan area in the country, so we have more kids. There's also, lower wage paying jobs in the community. So a variety of reasons.
So tell me about Feeding South Florida. Where does the food come from, and how do you get it to the folks who need the help?
Sure. So Feeding South Florida is a Feeding America food bank. We are the sole provider of emergency food from Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, and Monroe counties. We provide about 50 million pounds of food per year, which is more than 40 million meals. And so we rescue food from all over, from grocers, manufacturers, retail stores, and through community food drives.
So I know we were talking about, a lot of us, especially during the holidays around Thanksgiving and the end of the year, everybody wants to donate food, take it to the families who need it. But you would say this need is really perhaps even stronger during the summertime. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So the summer is what we call the triple threat. And so families are facing greater food insecurity because the free and reduced meals that kids would usually rely on throughout the school year go away. So when kids aren't in schools, families that are already struggling from paycheck to paycheck have to provide more food for their families. They also have to look at daycare options because school's not in session. And then, we know what happens to our bills, our electricity, the cost of cooling a home increases. So we really, for those 3 reasons, we see our families struggling more at this time of year. Also, for the food bank, we live in a very snowbird population. So the food bank support goes down during the summer as most of our residents head north. So it's really a perfect storm in terms of demand and supply.
So how do you help those families during the summer?
Well,
how are you reaching out to them?
We're a proud sponsor of the Summer Break Spot program, which is what USDA enables us to provide free meals to kids in communities where they live. We also provide mobile pantries, and we also have pop-up distribution. So we bring fresh produce and healthy food out into food deserts and to communities where families need them most.
Now you have an event coming up, and you told me it is called a Sortathon. What is a Sortathon? You want everybody to know about it.
Sure. So the great thing about a Sortathon is it's just a day-long event where families and kids can come and help sort food. So the whole idea of summer hunger and kids in need, this is a great way for families and kids to help other kids. So it's a day-long event on June 16th. Where people can come and volunteer.
And those must be pictures from last year. Those are great.
Yes. We had a great Girl Scout troop come and help out.
Okay, so I'm watching, I'm out there, I say I want to donate, I want to help. What do I do?
Well, you can visit our website, feedingsouthflorida.org. And the great thing is anyone of all ages can conduct a food drive, people can volunteer, and people can donate. So for every dollar donated to us, we can actually provide 6 meals. So Feeding South Florida provides about $72 million worth of food into the community, and our operating budget is actually only $6.5 million. So we provide an incredible resource, and the great thing is that everyone can get involved in some way.
And you also recently had this big art competition. How did that work, and how is that educating folks out there?
So it was great. We have a fleet of 17 vehicles, so we like to think of those as moving billboards throughout the Quad County area. And we held an art competition for local high school students to lend their talents to help raise awareness about the issue. And one of the students that won their winning art piece is now displayed on one of our 36-foot tractor trailers. And his artwork was inspired by his little cousin, and the piece was called Food for Change. And the whole idea is the smile that you can bring to someone's face when they receive the nourishment needed to thrive.
So if I'm a retailer out there and I also want to do something, what can retailers do?
Well, if you're a food retailer, you can absolutely contact us. We can create.
Are we talking restaurants or?
Yes. So restaurants, people can donate their leftover food. We can connect them with one of our agencies. We support about 400 nonprofits throughout the Quad County area, but also retailers, grocery stores can also participate. So if they have leftover food that has not expired or is about to, we can come pick that up.
I was going to say, are retailers surprised at how much they can actually contribute?
They are, and they really understand their huge role in ending hunger. So we have great partnerships with people like Publix, Target, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, BJ's. If they're a retailer, you name it, we probably partner with them. So we pick up from about 500 retail stores throughout the Quad County area.
If you're a family listening and you need help, how do you get the help?
So we have a client services team, so we're able to help with benefits applications over the phone. We're able to help in person. We also have a client choice pantry where we can provide immediate access to nutritious food. Families can shop in a private environment where they have a choice of food. So the same way you and I don't want to go to the grocery store and be told, here's what you're going to eat, we want to make sure that our families receive that same choice. So we can help families individually, whether it's through the phone, they can come to us, or we connect them through one of our agencies.
And I know you also have a backpack program. I know kids are like thinking about vacation, not school, but tell me about how does that work?
So on the weekends, we are able to provide kids with immediate access to nutritious food. It's one of our programs in Monroe County where logistically it's difficult to travel to. But throughout the year, we have our school pantry program where it's just that. We have a pantry in a school and families and kids can access the pantry as needed. We also provide nutrition education and benefits assistance through the school pantry program.
All right. Sari, thanks so much. Sounds like there's a lot of ways we can help.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. And for more on ending summer hunger and ways that you can help, visit feedingsouthflorida.org. We'll also have that info on our Facebook page at Your South FL.